we gave the name as some nominee of Best of Games now.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Oh, jo, bekrát.
Můžu začít?
No, co?
Yeah? Okay. So we can start. Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Hayden Blackman. I am the creative director and studio head at Hangar 13.
Okay. So what can you tell us about the game?
Mafia III is the story of Lincoln Clay, a guy who is waging war against the Italian mob and building his own criminal empire in 1968 in our version of New Orleans.
And in the game are there some, like from the last games like Mafia 1 2, some things we can know but somebody like the guys or
Yeah, Mafia 3 is set in the Mafia universe, so we reference events from the past that happened in previous Mafia games, characters, cities, but most importantly, Vito Scaletta, who was the main character in Mafia 2, comes back in Mafia 3, plays a really important role, becomes one of Lincoln's lieutenants, helps him run the city, helps him take down the Italian mob, and rebuild a new criminal empire.
Can you tell us a little bit more about like the story and what will happen and what like how why like what will be in the story? Like no not much spoilers. But
Yeah, sure. I'll give you a little backstory on Lincoln first. So, probably the most important thing to know about Lincoln is that he's an orphan. He has spent his whole life looking for some sense of family. By the time the game opens in 1968, Lincoln has just returned from Vietnam. So he's a Vietnam vet as well, and he's combat trained. He falls in with the black mob, begins working with the black mob, and really finds a sense of family at that point in time. But the black mob eventually gets betrayed by the Italian mob. Lincoln gets left for dead, and in the aftermath, he starts waging his war against the mob.
in the trailer we saw some another like characters. What role will they have?
So two of the other characters you saw in the trailer are Lincoln's other lieutenants. So during the course of the game, Lincoln recruits Vito Scaletta to help him run his empire. He also recruits a woman named Cassandra who runs a Haitian gang. And then he recruits a guy named Thomas Burke, who is an Irish gangster. All of these mobsters have in common that they hate the Italian mob. They all feel like they've been victimized by the Italian mob and they want revenge for that. But they're all also criminals and they want control of the city. Sometimes they fight amongst themselves over that. And you know they're looking to Lincoln to kind of lead them to destroy the black mob, destroy the Italian mob and build a new mob.
And will in the game be some multiplayer?
We're very focused on the single player experience. So the story, it is a kind of curated game, a curated story around Lincoln Clay, and we really want you to feel like you are that character. So we're very focused on the single player.
How long do you doing this game?
How long have we been working on it? We haven't really talked about how long we've been working on the game. I can tell you it's Hangar 13's first game. Hangar 13, I came to 2K and founded Hangar 13, and we've been building the team and the technology and the studio over the last couple years, and then have been working on Mafia 3 during that as well.
We are from Czech Republic, and
Yeah.
we want to ask: are still working some Czechs on the like Czech people?
Absolutely. So a number of people from 2K Czech came over to Hangar 13 and are now living in California, and we're some of the founding members of Hangar 13. So and from across all disciplines. So we have artists and designers and engineers that worked on Mafia 2 that are now working on Mafia 3. We also continue to work with 2K Czech directly. They're doing a lot of the art for the game and the cinematics. So, cinematics in Mafia 2 were fantastic. A lot of the same guys that did those are doing the cinematics for Mafia 3.
And how will be the world big in Mafia 3?
Really, we think about the density of the world and the variety of the world. So the world's very dense. We try and make it so that every back alley has some kind of criminal racket going on. There's a lot to explore as you're kind of hunting down and dismantling this criminal ecosystem. There's a lot of different places you can go to find that. And then there's the variety. So one of the reasons we chose New Orleans as our inspiration is because that's a city and an area that has a lot of variety in terms of environment. So as you saw in the demo, we have a very vibrant nightlife in the French Ward, which is our version of the French Quarter. We also have a downtown area. We've got a wharf area. We've got the bayou on the swamps and several other areas of the game.
Okay, and when the game come out?
The game will be released in 2016 on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One.
I thank you very much for interview.
Thank you. All right, awesome.
Sorry, I'm a little nervous.
No, don't worry about it. No, that's great. It was great. I really enjoyed it. I'm glad you guys asked me about it. Especially the engineers, several of the engineers that worked on, I'll tell you, our,
How much like Czech people are working in game?
I can tell you, I can't give you exact
Yeah,
numbers. One, because I don't have it memorized, but but it's about at Hangar 13, I would say about a quarter of the team, maybe even closer to, it's probably about a quarter of the team is Czech. And all of so our lead engineer, our tech director is French, but he worked on Mafia 2 at 2K Czech. And then our lead gameplay engineer, our lead systems engineer, our lead rendering engineer, our lead tools engineer are all from the Czech Republic. And then we've got several designers that are Czech, and then our lead character artist, our lead environment artist, are Czech. So there's a lot, and then we're working with the entirety of 2K Czech on the art and the cinematics. So they're doing all that. So it's if you count them, it's probably then closer to a third of the entire effort is Czech. So, yeah.
Okay, I
All right.
think only photo with